Fella!
Your dog attacked an enforcement officer. That is a serious violation.
You struck my dog on posted land. Get off my property now.
You ranch guys never shoot.
It was not the fence rattling that snapped me around. It was my dog screaming. Not barking. Not growling. Screaming. The kind of sound that turns your blood cold before your brain catches up. I dropped everything and ran. Silva had never made that sound in her life. She was a solid, trained ranch dog. Loyal, protective, gentle with family. The kind of dog that positions herself between danger and the people she loves without being told. As I rounded the barn, I saw her on the ground near the fence line yelping and trying to stand and failing. And standing over her was a man in a black vest with HOA cop printed across his chest like it meant something. Before we go further, drop a comment and tell me which country you are watching from. My ranch has been in my family longer than any development within 20 miles. Open land, clear boundaries. Posted signs that leave no room for interpretation. Private property. No trespassing. The HOA came later, creeping outward lot by lot, until their trimmed lawns ran right up against my fence line. And from the moment they realized my land did not answer to them, they decided it should. Karen led that charge. She showed up with smiles and clipboards talking about community inclusion. Then came the paperwork. Maps with lines drawn just a little too conveniently. Documents claiming my ranch fell under HOA jurisdiction? It did not. I proved it with county records and deeds older than her entire board. I told her politely she had no authority on my land and I expected her people to stay off it. Her tone changed. The smiles hardened. She called my fencing non-compliant. She called my livestock and dog safety risks. I sent formal notices, posted new signage, documented every interaction. And I made one thing crystal clear. Anyone from the HOA who stepped onto my property without permission would be treated as a trespasser. Karen decided to test that. The fence he jumped was marked. Fresh paint. Clear lettering. He had to look directly at the sign to swing his leg over. Silva did exactly what she was trained to do. Alert, position, protect, and he struck her on the head twice. When I shouted, he turned slowly like I had interrupted him. Not startled, not apologetic. Just irritated. Your dog is in violation, he said, gesturing at her like she was an object. Aggressive behavior. Non-compliant animal on HOA, adjacent land. I looked at Silva on the ground trying to stand and failing. Her head was bleeding. You jumped a posted fence, I said, stepping closer. You trespassed. You struck my dog. He puffed his chest. I am authorized to enforce standards. Something inside me locked into place right then. This was not about paperwork anymore. This was a man who thought a fake vest gave him the right to cross a line he could never uncross. I walked slow and deliberate until I stood between him and Silva. She whined softly when I knelt beside her. One eye was already swelling shut. I stood back up. Get off my property, I said. He smirked. Your dog attacked an enforcement officer. That is a serious violation. Enforcement of what I said. You were trespassing on posted land. He took a step toward me. Not fast. Not aggressive, confident. That is what scared me. Karen said you would be difficult, he said. Said you would try to make this complicated. He lifted his radio like it made him legitimate. I am giving you one chance to calm down. Otherwise, I will escalate. I heard Silva try to growl and fail. I reached back, drew my pistol, and brought it up clean. No drama. Steady as a fence post. Stop, I said. Do not take another step. His eyes dropped to the gun, and for the first time, his confidence cracked. You cannot threaten me, he said, but his voice broke on the last word. I am not threatening you, I replied. I am ordering you off my land. He laughed once. Short and sharp. You ranch guys never shoot? He took another step. That was the mistake. I fired twice. Controlled. Center mass. The way you are trained when there is no room left for mistakes. He went down hard next to the fence he had climbed. The radio skidded away. Silva startled at the shots, then went still. I kept the gun trained and backed up until I could kneel beside her again. She licked my hand once, weak, like she was checking I was real. I called 911. I need deputies and medical. Armed trespasser, shot. My dog is injured. Sirens answered before I finished the address. I set my pistol on the ground, stepped back, and raised both hands as the first cruiser came over the hill. Deputies poured out. The man on the ground groaned, trying to move and failing. A deputy tore open a medical kit and called for a vet unit. Another pulled fake credentials from the vest. Criminal impersonation. That is not even a good fake, he muttered. The lieutenant I knew stepped up. Walk me through it, he said. So I did. The posted fence. The trespass. The assault on my dog. The warnings. The shots. No embellishment. No excuses. They photographed everything. Karen arrived tearing down the access road with her clipboard, like it could still save her. She started shouting about liability before she even got out of the car. Then she saw the uniforms. Real ones, county badges. Body cams blinking red. Her voice faltered. She claimed she only asked for a compliance check. Said she never authorized force. Never told anyone to cross a fence. That lasted 30 seconds, because a deputy had already recovered her emails. Messages telling him to handle it. Texts calling Silva a dangerous animal. A note that said if he resists document non-compliance. The lieutenant read them out loud. Karen went pale. By sunrise, she was in handcuffs too. The HOA cop was charged with felony trespassing animal cruelty, aggravated assault, and criminal impersonation. He took a plea after recovering. 12 years, no early release. Karen fought it. She lost. 20 years in prison, and civil damages so large they took her house to cover them. The HOA board dissolved within a month. My ranch was formally and permanently excluded from their jurisdiction. Silva recovered. Scarred but strong. Still protective. Still mine. The fence stayed up. The sign stayed exactly where it was. And no one ever tested it again because some boundaries are not suggestions. They are warnings. If this story hit different, smash that like button and subscribe. Drop a comment below. Do you think I did the right thing? What would you have done in my place?